So, guys, as far as I know, there were only two people that caught my Nelly reference in the last video. All right, two people left a comment and mentioned it. So, if you caught it but didn't mention it, I want to know. So leave it in the comment. You got to leave what I said too. Otherwise, everybody could just say, "Oh yeah, I caught it. So you got to leave some details. So welcome back to the show. This is what I think is part 2 of the mini series that I like to call. Let's see, who is worthy of your tier 3 selector, or helping you figure out who is worthy of a tier 3 selector, something along those lines. That's basically what it is. And today we're going to be taking Black Widow and Winter Soldier into some gameplay. Probably Knull and Mephisto. We're going to be taking them into both. Actually, but first, I just have a couple comments that I got to shed some light on. Okay, so this gentleman here, Axis123, says, "Hey Godzilla, I got a question. Since Rogue is such a beast with judgment, don't you think Namor could be good though? They are bought physical elemental." Maybe he's saying they are both physical elemental. Okay, I get what you're saying, buddy. Could you might test it out sometime? I have a pretty stacked Namor with a rage and lots of Odins Blessings. If judgment fails, I believe I have to strip him. Please check my account sometime. Yeah, so actually, I think this is a question on a lot of people's minds, as a matter of fact. And I think a lot of people are in the same situation. They got Namor right, fully stacked because he was just such a beast for such a long time. And mine actually is still stacked. I did not end up stripping my Namor. Let's go check him out. I mean, this guy, he's stacked to the gills. He's got 18 or 17 Odin's Blessings, right? He's got fully awakened ISO 8 set, and he's got a rage. So, yeah, I think a lot of people are in this same predicament. So, if you guys want to see that, leave it in the comments and let me know. And then, like everything else, it'll more motivate me to actually get to it. But that's an interesting topic. I like that. I've been thinking about doing that for a little while now. All right, next up. This gentleman says, maybe try Sentry's lead instead of Captain Marvel. Zilla, 30% all attack with the debuff would be helpful. And I responded. So actually, what I ended... Okay, so one of the reasons why I used Captain Marvel lead, and I was kind of hell-bent on using it, well, A, it gives the attack buff, but B, her growth score compared to, actually, I think anybody else that was available there, is higher, and the growth score helps with the overall score of your run. So if we go look, actually I favorited all of the characters on the selector here. So yeah, if you look, she has 447, but what I ended up doing is, and for my last 2 clears, for 38 and 39, and it was so much easier. I can't even describe to you how much easier it was. One of the reasons was probably because I'm just getting used to actually what I need to do to clear it, the strategy and all that. But Ghost Rider's lead is absolutely amazing. It is so good for Mephisto, and I know some people actually mentioned that. I've been thinking about using it. Somebody, I was talking with somebody on Discord, and they mentioned it, and I just really didn't bother giving it a try. But his growth score, it's similar to Captain Marvel, so I thought, okay, what the Sentry? The thing is, because he doesn't have a uniform, right? So if we go look at him, his growth score is 395. It's not that much lower. It's really not going to make all that much of a difference, but that's just kind of how I was approaching that, and that's the reason why I was I was kind of stuck on using Captain Marvel's lead. But Ghost Rider, so let me say this: if you're having trouble, if you keep on dying, right, from Mephisto having trouble, use Ghost Rider lead. It's amazing. It is amazing. Trust me when I tell you. Okay, so that's it for all the preliminaries. Now, like I said, I favorited all of the tier 3 characters here, right, as you can see, and like I said, I'm going to be taking suggestions on pairing up 2 characters. One that I've seen at least a few times is Mr. Hulk versus Captain America Endgame Captain America, right? They're both combat. So I'm thinking I'll probably most definitely do that. Obviously I already did Black Bolt and Thor. Today's Black Widow and Winter Soldier. I know a lot of people asking about Venom, Storm, Cyclops as well. So the only 2 characters you don't see are Black Panther and Ant-Man. Thing is this, I think we already know, Sharon Rogers and Ghost Rider, they're OP. To be honest, Sharon Rogers has been bringing me more value than Ghost Rider, but Ghost Rider for that lead for Mephisto is kind of priceless at this point, to be quite honest with you. But I'll be figuring out how I'm going to demonstrate the power level between like Ghost Rider and Sharon Rogers. I'll try to figure that out in case people don't have like Sharon Rogers tier 3. Why you wouldn't have Sharon Rogers tier 3, I don't know, but she would be one of the first that I would go for if that were me. But I would imagine that a lot of people have her. But in any case, leave your suggestion. I'm still taking the suggestions because nothing's set in stone at this point. We're just getting to this video today. All right, so this is what I have to do. All right, Black Widow, I went ahead and I fixed some things with their build. There's a couple things I'm going to do before, I start actually taking the gameplay. I have to take this greed off her. I'm going to give them both energies. I'm going to give both these characters energies, and I'm actually going to I'm going to throw some Odins Blessings on these characters too. Not many, I'll probably give both of them like 8 Odins Blessings. Nothing further than that. As we know, ISO 8 bottleneck for me. I've said it many times. So this is as far as I'm going with their ISO 8 set, but I gave him some, physical attack guru. I think he has 1-6 and 1-5 on each gear here. Yep, 1-6, 1-5. Black Widow will be a little bit further built. Honestly, not much when the dust is settled. She does have both 6-star physical attack, but all the secondary Uru for the secondary stats like the crit damage and the ignore defense and the dodge, that's not really going to matter, so don't really pay attention to that. And then her ISO 8 set is only it's only one level more, so it's not going to be that much of a difference. So let me go ahead, let me fix these characters up, and we'll get to it. Oh boy. All right, guys, so here's what I did. I gave them each 6 Odin's Blessings and an energy. That's basically it. That is basically it. Show what I did to her. 6 Odin's Blessings and an energy. Other than that, their builds are pretty much exactly the same, aside from Black Widow's ISO 8 set is stage 8 and Winter Soldier is stage 7. They both have mythic uniforms, and don't even pay attention to all the other Uru on Black Widow because they're not contributing really anything at all. They actually both have kind of the same stats, as a matter of fact. He gets a buff. The crit rate will basically be capped once that buff is in play. It's for 10%. Okay, so I'm going to take Winter Soldier into some gameplay first. The thing is, I've never played him. I've never played Winter Soldier. I just took him in for a little bit of testing to get a feel for his rotation, and you're going to see for yourself. But thing is with him, he basically has a watered down version of Sharon Rogers' accumulation. You can see he increases attack for 4%. For each 1% of damage taking, not exceeding 50% of max HP. And here, let's nope, that's not what I want. I want to hit the little magnifying glass. Thank you very much. And if you look at Sharon Rogers, hers increases for 15%. And they're both on damage received. So this guy, he's going to be tricky to play. He's going to be very tricky to play if you are considering. But let's take him in here and see what this guy can do. All right, let's try this again. Okay, so he is very finicky to play with a proc. I'm gonna say that right now. He's probably gonna need a rage here. So I think what you're gonna kind of want to do is you're gonna want to activate the proc, and then you're gonna want to hit 3 off the proc because he attacks. If you can see, he attacks, and you're going to want to accumulate damage, just to dish it back, right? Like I said, it's basically a watered down version of Sharon Rogers' accumulation. It's really not all that great. I mean, I don't know, even still, like it's just at stage 15 it took us 30 seconds to get down to. So here I think what I want to do is I want to activate the proc, off proc, and then I'm going to want to hit the 3, right? Off proc there, and then what I can do is I can dish it back if the proc actually wants to activate. There are some buffs we're missing on the 5. Get a proc here. Yeah, a little bit. Kinda. But yeah, I think that's basically what you're going to want to do. So if I can cancel, there we go. Okay. So this should be on proc. It looked like it was on proc. Kind of seems like it. And okay, I mean, it's not like terrible. I like. There we go. Okay, got it. He's finicky to play. He's tough to play. He's not easy to play. I'm gonna be straight up with you. I feel like you could, you know, possibly make some use. So like I said, I'm gonna activate the proc. I'm gonna activate, you know, hit 4 and 5 off, and then hit 3 off proc for the accumulation, and then you can go. Well, I thought I was gonna have the tier 3 up there. That was my fault. But we're gonna want to take some damage here, and then activate. There we go. Okay. So we can hit 3, accumulate some damage, and get a proc there. The thing is, there's just not that many, right? There's like no hits on his fourth skill. I tried getting it. I tried. You saw me hitting it. Sometimes, you know, we got sticky tier 3s. Giggity. And then you run into the issue of the proc activating early on the 5th skill because, you know, those bombs are falling. And right there, I'm not really sure what happened, but we'll get these. Oh my goodness. It's just not working out well for us. It might seem like I'm kind of spamming, but, you know, he's just really hard to play. And we're getting bamboozled by KNULL here. And can we get a proc? Yeah, I mean, look at that. Even with the proc, it's just terrible. We're going to be too weak here. We're going to be too weak. Yeah, trust me, I know. I could have played better, but he's a character that I feel like you're definitely going to need some practice with if you want to devote the time to, you know, practicing with Winter Soldier. Why you would want to do that, I don't know. But I'm just showing you from, you know, I don't know. I took him in here, I don't know, for maybe like 10 minutes. So I'm sure that could definitely be perfected. I didn't look up any rotation on him. This is just from me coming in here and playing around with him a little bit. But it would be nice if the 3rd skill actually didn't have any hits on it. Like I said, like Luke Cage warming up his shoulder. That would be really nice. Or like Sharon Rogers, how she, you know, she just kind of sits there for you know, a few seconds while you can actually accumulate damage. So he's a finicky character, and there's just not a whole lot of reward. Even I feel like even with perfect gameplay for this guy. All right, here we go. Stage 15 again. Black Widow. I'm giving her Sentry lead, okay? Because I'm dealing with just getting interrupted left and right, and I just don't want to do that. I think the verdict is out. The cat's out of the bag that Winter Soldier he's really not good for PvE, especially for KNULL. Like 15's not a high stage for me, and if he's, you know, if he can't get KNULL off the throne, I wouldn't even attempt to use him. Maybe for a lead. That's about it. So let's see how she does. I just ran this a couple times, and I'm dealing with inconsistent procs. As you can see, no proc on 4. That's basically what you want to do. You want to activate the proc on 4, and then you want to hit 4 again when the helicopter drops on 5. It's a very tight rotation from what I understand. But as you can see, we're kind of getting bamboozled. So here, there we go. That's actually very nice. Can we just avoid this with her tier 3, I wonder? That's actually not half bad. If her procs actually work. If her procs work, there's buffs on her 3rd, but it's such a tight rotation. I feel like I could activate it. I could do that there, but let's see. No, yep, we missed the proc there by trying to get the buffs on 3. So I'm gonna try to get the proc here. Can we get a proc? Okay, that works out pretty nice. I'm gonna hit 3 here. And hit 5, and then let's see. Can we go back in the? I'm messing up, guys. I'm messing up left and right. Even off proc seems to be okay. Okay, let's see if we can get back on here. But as you can see, there's some decent damage. On if you can time it right with the. Let's go 4. Come on, proc. There it is. Okay, if you can time it right with the helicopters falling back into 4, like right now, boom. You see the burst damage? It's actually decent burst damage. Okay, I think I hit 5 a little late there. It's very tight. That's what he said, giggity. Okay, so we're try to wait, hit 3, hit 5 here. Cause I'll show you her skills after. Cause there's buffs. I'm actually gonna kind of stall here for a second, and then go back into 4. Just getting interrupted. Not cool. Not cool. No, what's wrong with you, man? Proc here. There it is. Okay. So that's basically what you want to do. Basically what you want to do. You get a proc? Oh, come on, dude. Come on, man. There it is. Okay. So I don't think it's the cleanest run. As you can see, I had some missed procs, but you know, the point of this video is to basically demonstrate, you know, their potential. You know, yeah, we're comparing her and Winter Soldier. Honestly, I don't even think it's a comparison. Like, Black Widow is just much better than Winter Soldier if you're deciding between the two. And as we know, Black Widow also has PvP value, right? The thing is this, since they started releasing character after character that has ignore targeting, like Silver Surfer's 3rd, Daredevil's 3rd, Luke Cage's 5th, Hulk's 3rd, Sentry, you know, all these characters have ignore targeting, and the list goes on. Now she's kind of been kicked to the curb. She's become kind of obsolete. Aside from, you know, those characters, she's pretty good, but it's like, you know, they just keep on, you know, what's next? What's next? Ignore targeting block, right? Like a debuff from ignore targeting. You know, something like that. I don't know. That's what I would imagine is what's next. You know, maybe some kind of lead or passive that does that, right, for a certain amount of time. I don't know, but as you can see, she's definitely much better than Winter Soldier, at least for KNULL. I would imagine for Mephisto as well. I'm curious to see how effective both of these characters are. Let's jump in and let's find out. So about Mephisto. So because of the overall length of the video as it is already, because it's taken these characters this long to just, you know, get KNULL off the throne, I'm not going to throw the Mephisto runs in here. I'll tell you that I did take them into Mephisto and I recorded it and all that. I'm just going to purposely not put it in this video. I'll tell you that Black Widow was still faster for Mephisto. It wasn't as close though. Winter Soldier seemed to be a bit better for Mephisto than like the gap between the clear times was actually a bit closer for Mephisto in you know, Winter Soldier's speed. But still, even if I can't see you actually wanting to use these characters for World Boss Legend. I don't know if anybody uses either of these characters for World Boss Ultimate, but you know, there's just so many, you know, better characters that can do it. So are they worthy of your tier 3 selector? I mean, we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna go through and we're gonna be testing, you know, a lot of these characters, you know, kind of side by side, and I think it's all gonna depend on who you actually have already. You know, there's gonna be a list of, like, you know, the value of certain characters, and then, you know, if you have all the characters above them, then sure, you know, you could select one of them. At this point, I'd say, you know, Black Widow is victorious. Plus, as I mentioned, you know, she does have some PvP value, if not in Timeline, then in Alliance Conquest. But it's still pretty limited at this point. And as I mentioned, because of, you know, all the characters that have ignore targeting, if not for that, or if they introduce something like a lead or a character with a passive that prevents the ignore targeting from actually happening, then she could be back in the PvP meta again. But until then, it's just, you know, it's just really not. It's not. It wouldn't be a wise choice to I don't know, lean on her for one of your Timeline characters. You know, I mean, unless like all the characters with ignore targeting get banned. But I can't see that happening because there's so many characters that have it now. So yes, as I mentioned, I have all these characters favorited right now. All the tier 3 selectors other than Black Panther and Ant-Man, because I don't have them at tier 3. And your question is probably like, which one will you be selecting? I don't know. As of right now, I'm probably leaning towards Ant-Man. And I'll explain why in a future video. But Also, as I mentioned, you know, suggestions on characters to pair up. And like Captain America, somebody said, you know, put his Endgame uniform on. I still think this one's better, the Hydra cap. But you know, they're similar. They're similar. But comparing him with Hulk. But yeah, if you have other suggestions, let me know on that. So I think I'm gonna end it there. And so guys, you better stay tuned. You stay breezy, but most of all, friend, you stay safe out there now. Peace.